And now let's welcome our next fighter out of the red corner, Jonathan Fishbowl Appelman.
All right, we're on to our second to last fight of the night here at EFN 22, and it features Jonathan Fishbowl Appelman up against Darius Miller. Jonathan Appelman, no stranger to the EFN cage, and he's picked up quite a bit of experience as a fighter, Christian.
Absolutely. 2-1 as a pro, 7-3 as an amateur. Here's a guy that's been around the block more than once. This is his fifth fight here at EFN. He last fought and won the Von Flue choke against Brandon Zimmerman back at EFN in March of 2023. Anytime I talk about someone picking up a win via something like Von Flue choke, you know this guy's a tough customer with a very tricky ground game. His only pro loss was to Ronnie Hauser. No shame in that. He's got wins over Juan Avila, who we saw back at EFN 21 pick up a huge KO over Muhammad Cisse. He's been there against some really, really tough competition tonight, taking on Darius Miller out of the Academy of Self-Defense. It'll be interesting to see what we see from Appelman tonight, because we know just how talented he really is.
Jonathan Appelman does not mess around. From the moment he steps through the curtain, it is all business on his face. And if you've ever had a chance to talk to him, he's a straight shooter. He doesn't play games. And when he walks into this arena, he walks in ready to fight.
Yeah, no doubt. This is a guy's guy. He's an electrician by trade. Shout out local 531. We know he's a proud union member. You know, he's an electrician, but he's looking to light up the MMA scene now. He says, I got to grind hard at work. I got to grind hard at the gym. It all just one thing plays into the next. Became interested in MMA through his best friend, Henry Huff, who we've seen before. But now it is time for Jonathan to make a name for himself inside the EFN cage.
And now let's welcome to the cage, out of the blue corner, Darius Miller.
So Appelman's going to go up against Darius Miller in this 140-pound catchweight bout. Darius mentioned he's coming out of one of the better camps he's had and improved his game. He said one of the biggest changes is the overcoming of tunnel vision. That was a problem he had in the past, where he'd wanted to go in and work on a specific technique and then just get caught in that technique regardless of how the match is playing out. And he's realized since then the diversity needed in his game. This will be his first time seeing Appelman. He knows Appelman's a submission guy. Like you mentioned, the Von Flue, armbar, guillotine, Appelman does it all. As we look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Agoji. Appelman out of Crown Point, Indiana. Darius Miller out of Chicago, Illinois. Similar height, similar weight. Darius Miller wants to pick up his first victory in this bout against Appelman, who tries to go to 2-1 in this bantamweight bout.
I was really impressed by the perspective Darius Miller had. The way he says, I found myself focusing too much on certain things. That takes a real high level of maturity and a high level of fight IQ to recognize that. Whether it's a knockout or a submission, if somebody gets a knockout, it's not uncommon for them to say, I'm going to go get that knockout again. Or if they latch onto a rear naked choke and 2 back-to-back fights, I'm a rear naked choke guy. And then when things don't go exactly as you picture them, suddenly you're way off track in a fight. Darius says he saw himself doing that in the past. He does have multiple wins via, he has 2 wins via Kimura as an amateur. So he's had it happen to him in the past where he gets locked into a certain game plan, locked into a certain vision. And then when things don't go his way, kind of lost. He's completely nixed that. He has a very wide open mind stepping into the fight tonight. The question is he going to be out there and be the fighter that he wants to be?
Appelman, the submission master, but Darius Miller has not yet been submitted. So this will be an interesting bout. A lot of action for sure. Let's head up to the cage for the introductions.
Let's get the action started. Our next bout is at a catch weight of 140 pounds, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of El Popo Tortillas red corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, official weight 142.6 pounds. Representing Team Cologne from Crown Point, Indiana. Please welcome Jonathan Fishbowl let's welcome his opponent fighting on the Goji Resistance Apparel blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, official weight 138.6 pounds. Representing ASD from Chicago, Illinois, let's welcome Darius Miller. The referee in charge, Rob Hines.
All right, here we go. It is Jonathan Appelman out of Team Cologne.